In this list, we're diving deep into the forgotten arsenals of the Wild West to uncover 10 unique and surprising weapons you probably never knew existed. Whether used by lawmen, outlaws, or Native American warriors, these weapons tell a fascinating story of ingenuity, necessity, and survival. Get ready to discover the wild, weird, and wonderful arms that help define the untamed frontier. The Allen and Thurber Pepper Box. The Allen and Thurber Pepper Box is a fascinating and often overlooked firearm from the mid-19th century, embodying the ingenuity and unpredictability of Wild West weaponry. Unlike the more familiar single-barrel revolvers, this gun featured a cluster of rotating barrels, making it one of the earliest multi-shot handguns in American history. Its design closely resembled a pepper grinder, hence the name Pepper Box, with 6 to 8 barrels that would rotate with each pull of the trigger. Manufactured primarily in the 1830s through the 1850s, the Allen and Thurber Pepper Box was widely used by pioneers, gamblers, and early lawmen due to its compact size and ability to fire multiple shots without reloading. However, its reliability was questionable. The lack of rifling in the barrels meant it was notoriously inaccurate, and sometimes all barrels could accidentally fire at once, creating a dangerous situation for both the shooter and the target. Remington Model 95. The Remington Model 95 was a small, double-barreled Derringer pistol, widely recognized for its use in the Wild West as a discreet, easy-to-conceal self-defense weapon. Manufactured from 1866 to 1935, it featured 2 stacked barrels that fired .41 caliber rounds, making it surprisingly powerful for its size, often carried in a vest pocket or boot. Despite its limited range, the Remington Model 95 became an iconic backup weapon during the frontier era, known for its effectiveness in close-quarters encounters. 2-barrel 20-round pinfire revolver. The 2-barrel 20-round pinfire revolver is a rare and unusual firearm from the mid-19th century, combining innovation with high capacity for its time. This revolver featured 2 stacked barrels and 2 revolving cylinders, allowing it to fire up to 20 rounds, 10 from each barrel, without reloading. Using the pinfire system, where each cartridge had a small pin that needed to be struck by the hammer, it was an early attempt to increase firepower in a single handgun. Though not widely used due to its complexity and bulkiness, the revolver's high round capacity made it a unique weapon, standing out in a time when most handguns could only hold 6 shots. It was favored by a few adventurers and gunslingers in the Wild West for its sheer firepower, but its impracticality kept it from becoming a mainstream weapon of the frontier. Lemmet Revolver. Jean-Alexandre Lemmet was a French-American physician and inventor, best known for designing the Lemmet revolver. The Lemmet revolver was a distinctive and versatile firearm favored by some Confederate officers during the American Civil War and later seen in the hands of gunslingers in the Wild West. What set it apart was its dual-function design. It featured a 9-shot revolving cylinder for standard .42 or .36 caliber bullets, along with a second, larger barrel beneath the primary one that could fire a shotgun round, typically 16 or 20 gauge. This combination of a revolver and a shotgun made the Lemmet highly versatile, offering both long-range accuracy and devastating close-range power. Though heavier and more cumbersome than other revolvers of its time, the Lemmet's unique firepower made it a favorite among those who sought a multi-purpose weapon on the unpredictable frontier. Colt Revolver Rifle. The Colt revolving rifle was a unique firearm developed by Samuel Colt in the mid-19th century, combining the revolving cylinder mechanism of a handgun with the longer barrel and improved accuracy of a rifle. Produced in several calibers, including .36 and .44, the Colt revolving rifle was designed to offer greater firepower by allowing multiple shots, usually 6, without needing to reload, much like a Colt revolver. Though innovative, the revolver rifle had some significant drawbacks. The main issue was that the cylinder gap, located between the cylinder and the barrel, could cause a dangerous discharge of gas, occasionally injuring the shooter's hand. Additionally, fouling from black powder could make the cylinder difficult to rotate after extended use. Despite these limitations, the Colt revolving rifle saw limited use in the Civil War and on the frontier, particularly among cavalry and sharpshooters. Noel Caplock Revolver. As a caplock revolver, it used percussion caps, small explosive charges placed on nipples behind each chamber that were struck by the hammer to ignite the gunpowder and fire the bullet. Little is known about the specific details of the Noel caplock revolver, as it didn't achieve widespread use or fame compared to more prominent caplock revolvers like the Colt Patterson or Walker models. The caplock system was an important advancement in firearms technology, offering greater reliability and weather resistance than earlier flintlock mechanisms. While most caplock revolvers from this era were eventually replaced by more advanced cartridge firing designs, they played a significant role in the development of firearms during the Wild West era. The Noel caplock revolver, though obscure, serves as a reminder of the many experimental and transitional firearms that were developed as gunsmiths sought to improve firepower and reliability on the frontier. Cochrane Turret Revolver. The Cochrane Turret Revolver was a highly unconventional firearm from the mid-19th century, designed by inventor John Webster Cochrane. Unlike traditional revolvers, which had a rotating cylinder aligned horizontally with the barrel, the Cochrane Turret Revolver used a vertical turret cylinder. This turret had multiple chambers arranged around a central axis, and it rotated to bring each chamber in line with the barrel for firing. The unique turret design allowed the revolver to hold more rounds than typical revolvers of the time, but it also came with significant safety risks. If one chamber accidentally misfired or exploded, the blast could potentially detonate other loaded chambers or injure the shooter. This made it a risky weapon compared to more conventional designs like the Colt or Remington revolvers. Only about 150 of them were made. Jonathan Browning's Harmonica. The Jonathan Browning harmonica gun was an innovative and rare firearm invented by Jonathan Browning, father of famed firearms designer John Browning, in the mid-19th century. Known for its distinctive sliding harmonica magazine, this rifle was a unique precursor to modern repeating firearms. Instead of a rotating cylinder or fixed magazine, the harmonica gun featured a horizontal bar, the harmonica, with multiple chambers, each preloaded with powder and a bullet. The user would manually slide the bar sideways to align the next loaded chamber with the barrel, allowing for rapid sequential shots without the need to reload each time. This design allowed for multiple shots, but the sliding mechanism was slow and cumbersome compared to later lever action and bolt action rifles. Although not widely adopted due to its complexity and the manual operation required between shots, the harmonica gun showcased Jonathan Browning's creativity and influence in the development of repeating firearms. Bank Teller's Mounted Revolver. The Bank Teller's Mounted Revolver was a specialized defensive firearm installed in banks during the Wild West era to protect against robberies. These revolvers were typically mounted under or on top of teller counters and designed to provide bank employees with quick access to a weapon in the event of a robbery. The mounted revolver would be fixed in place, sometimes with a rotating or swiveling mechanism to allow aiming, and often hidden from view. It could be fired discreetly by pulling a concealed trigger or lever, allowing the teller to surprise would-be robbers. This type of setup was meant to give bank staff an advantage during sudden holdups, a common threat in frontier towns where banks were prime targets for outlaws. Volcanic Pistol. The volcanic pistol was an innovative firearm developed in the 1850s that played a key role in the evolution of repeating handguns and rifles. Designed by Horace Smith and Daniel Wesson, who would later found the famous Smith & Wesson Company, the volcanic pistol used a lever-action mechanism, which was a groundbreaking feature at the time. It fired self-contained, rocket ball ammunition, a hollowed-out bullet filled with gunpowder and ignited by a primer. While the concept was revolutionary, the volcanic pistol suffered from several flaws. The rocket ball ammunition was underpowered, limiting the weapon's range and stopping power. Despite this, the volcanic pistol's lever-action system would eventually be refined and adopted into more successful firearms, such as the Winchester repeating rifles, which became iconic in the American West. I hope you enjoyed the video. Which one of these was your favorite? Let me know in the comments. I will see you in the next one.